Cactus is the largest asphalt transport company in the Southwest. We have a terminal in Albuquerque, and then of course this one here. We have 130 some odd transport trucks that run, all of them run every day. So it doesn't look like it now because they're all sitting here, but come tomorrow morning this place will be empty. And so Cactus Asphalt does all of the construction. So we do everything from concrete to hot mix overlays, chip seals, crack sealing, seal coating, everything but slurry or micro we do here. So there's about 260 employees here and probably about 85 in Albuquerque. So it's a pretty big operation. It's evolved. It's been here since 1979. So it's been here for a while. I brought our head blending guy from ISS, I brought him over here, and now he's in charge of all this blending. So we have polymer modified asphalt rubber, we now have the DVR rubber, we have the RAB binder, we have scrub seal binder, and we have crack sealant. So we can make 5 different materials here. Yeah. And this is just a one compartment bead. So when we figure out the percentages, we have to just, like, we'll put in, for a batch, we'll put in, 10 bags of rubber and 1 or 1.5 bags of DVR, whatever those percentages are. And it all goes in by weight. So this material will be loaded tomorrow morning in the transport trucks. It'll cool down a little bit because the tank will be full. Sure. And they'll bring it out to the job, they'll heat it up. You'll see this stuff being sprayed tomorrow at about 375 to 385 Fahrenheit. And that's our application temperature.
So in here you've got a series of augers, or just one auger?
Correct. Yeah, it's an auger. We've got an auger that is plugged up. We have an auger on the top that sees those plugs up. Okay. And then another auger that feeds into that little electric motor right there? Yep. That's a blending unit. It's about 400 gallons. Okay. So and it's all, there's a float in there that controls that tank. So as the rubber and the asphalt are being introduced into that little tank, it's going to rise in level, and the float's going to go up, and it automatically pumps out. So we have a superheater on this that heats the asphalt pretty fast. And we have to blend with the asphalt at about 425 degrees. So we heat the asphalt up, it blends with the rubber, and then it goes into this storage
425 Fahrenheit.
Correct. Tomorrow you're going to see this stuff sprayed on the road.
And
here we go, headed out to the project to get ready. You can see the back of the truck there. They're getting ready to apply the material, and we'll be taking some videos of that as we go.
All right. Well, what we strive to do with these materials is that we're manufacturing a binder that has a very high degree of elasticity and also a very high softening point. So we have a material that will resist reflective cracking. We have a material that won't soften in the hot summers here in Arizona. It ages at about 1/10 the rate of a normal asphalt with polymer in it.
So when we say DVR, that's the material that we're providing for you to mix in, or part of what your mix is.
Correct. Yeah, the devulcanized rubber.
Right.
So,
and you're using that kind of like a binder, is that correct?
We're using we've done the blend designs, and we're utilizing the devulcanized rubber as a polymer replacement.
Okay, perfect.
So that's kind of the idea behind it, is to utilize another recycled material and have the same properties that the polymer will give us. So that's one of the main things. So the DVR binder was blended at our yard in Tolleson, and this morning we loaded these transport trucks, and so this is the blended binder here. The spreader trucks are pumping off of this transport truck, and these spreader trucks are going to be the machines that apply the binder to the roadway.
Fantastic.
So we have a little bit right here. Oh yeah. So can you see how flexible that is.
Yeah.
With all that rubber in there. Look at that. That's what we're going to put on the road.
We're putting that on the road.
And that's got 4% DVR in it. We've designed this binder, we've tested it, it meets all the specification requirements, and today we're going to start placing it on the roads. And so we will spray this material down at a specific application rate. We will place graded crushed aggregate on top of that and roll that aggregate in and sweep off the loose material, and it's done. So we really believe that these materials will probably give the agency anywhere from 10, 12, maybe even 15 years of maintenance-free performance.
Wow.
And that's all for a fraction of the cost of reconstruction or having to do a thick overlay.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing it.
Yeah. So huge cost benefit.
Huge cost benefit.
And then a long-term benefit on the durability of the road when you apply with this type of application.
Yeah, we really think that with this, our life cycle cost benefit is probably 3 to 4 times that of anything else we can do.
Wow. That's huge.
So it's huge for the agencies that don't have a lot of funding.
Yeah.
And they can get a lot more roads covered up by using a material that's less expensive and will last longer.
Right.
So it's kind of a win-win for the agencies. And it's a win-win for us too, because they appreciate the fact that we're working with them to be cost effective.
So other applications for the material that we're providing for you, they were talking about possibly in just regular road binders, right? Mm-hmm. And then also crack sealants. Do you guys do a lot of that as well?
Correct. Yeah, we have actually 7 crack seal crews that we run year round.
Okay.
And we use multi-millions of pounds of crack sealant. We have formulated our own crack sealant material, and we are going to be looking at reformulating with the vulcanized rubber to replace the polymer that we used in the crack sealant.
There we go, very first time. See it right there, EFG. And you can see the overlay that they're doing. They're just taking off the surface there, but you can see how nice and tight that is. That's going out to check it. You can see it applying material on the road. What do you think? Looking pretty good?
The crack's pretty good.
The guys say that it's easier to work with than the polymers that they typically have to deal with, that they can get the right layering that they're looking for the first time around, which helps them to get the job done quicker and easier, and that the aggregate is setting up better in the material. So we're all around having success with this project and with our material being blended in. There he goes.
Making it look so good because when it bleeds through, you can see the oil coming out off the chip.
And typically you see that, right?
Yeah, it's looking great.
So it's not bleeding through. It's doing what it's supposed to. It's staying down.
It's all right there. They swept it right there, and you can see how.
Yeah,
it looks.
I can see that. It's like, and that was just minutes after you guys rolled it.
Want to get the cracks? See
Yeah.
how it's filling them in?
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah.
Well,
How
we're
it's filling in
basically
the cracks.
filling in these cracks as we go. And that's because we're again, because of the viscosity and the application rate, we're able to fill these cracks in. This is the only application. We test this with the aggregate coming soon, and that's it.
Looking really good.
I love it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if you look real closer, you can see that the material is filled in the gaps in between the aggregate that they've laid down. And that's what they're looking for. And they'll come back and retop this, and you'll have a brand new road that'll last 15 years.
Okay. So working with the difference is when you're working with the polymer.
When you're working with the polymer, it's a lot of spider webs. You don't have no control with that one. Even if you lower the bar, I mean, they splash all over the place.
Splash everywhere.
Yeah, this one, you can go higher or lower, you don't see no spider webs.
Better.
Good, yes.
A lot better. Yeah, way better. Sprayer truck coming in. You can see him applying the EFG material. See it coming out of there as he goes along. He's overlapping, and now he's going to stop. He'll go back and take a look at the application. Wow, that looks great. That looks great. So what you're looking for there?
3/4.
There.
Yeah. That's
3/4
the
of
top.
an inch there. Because you want to make sure that it's down in there and that it's applied.
Yes.
Right?
They're good. They're good.
Looks real good.
I love it.
See already, you get this edge.
Yeah, it's already starting.
It's already starting to set up.
Lined up.
Yeah. And the edge is really a light rate because the way the spreader bar is designed, it's a triple overlap. So on that curb edge, we knife the tip, so we get a buildup of material on that edge. We don't do it here because we overlap when we come back. So we're going to overlap this about 3 or 4 inches.
All right, tell me what we got going here.
All right, well, we placed our first pass of our DVR modified binder, and we've placed the aggregate on top of it. We've swept the edge here in about 30 minutes, and you can see that there's very little waste, and that binder holds a lot of aggregate, and that's what we want. We want it to be very skid resistant, and it's not going anywhere. I can tell you tomorrow morning when it's cool, you won't be able to budge this.
It'll be like
It'll be solid. I mean, it'll be solid.
That's incredible how the strength of that.
It is good.
it's just isn't that something? That's really.
It looks slick.
Yeah.
So we're here at the Cactus project where they're putting the chip sealant down, and basically the verdict is it's a fantastic material. It's doing an excellent job, and in fact improving their overall properties, which we found as we've gone through the testing that would be the case, but now we're seeing it in live action being applied here. And what a road that the EFG material is making here with Cactus.